We live. All right, yo, what it do? It's your boy GC the Great, and this is That Talk, episode 35. We got a guest, the first guest to return to come back, and I'm excited about this one because I haven't talked to this brother in about a year. It's been close to a year now, so I know we got some catching up to do. I know I've been seeing you. I went and did my research and been seeing what you've been doing and checked out some of the old stuff again just to go refresh my memory of some of the stuff you do because it's good that you put it out for the people to see and to go back and check it out.
Right.
But if for everybody that knows this brother, y'all know who it is. Y'all see the name, so y'all know if y'all watched episode 12 with him. But for the new people, brother, can you tell people what's your name for the people that don't know who you are?
Yeah. For sure. Self-ruler, man. So I'm a co-founder of the internet challenge, the Black Wall Street Challenge. We just travel the country. We seek out black businesses and we shop with them. We challenge them to also shop with another black business. So
Okay. Dope. So first and foremost, how you been, bro? Since the last time I talked to you, how you been feeling? Like besides, I know work, we know we always work and all that, but
hmm
man to man, how your mental been, how your mindset been since you've been, since the last time I talked to you.
man, that's a good question, my brother. I've been good, man. I've been exercising it a lot lately, just trying to stay sharp because, in these times we living in, it takes, man, they take some blows at you mentally. So we all taking blows mentally. So I think it has a lot. I mean, it takes a lot out on a person. So it's good when another, especially men, we get away from checking on each other's mental health and just asking about, hey man, how you doing mentally? Are you good?
Yeah,
So that's a good thing, man. And I encourage that everybody that listens to do that more often to their brothers. You know what I'm saying? And if we got some women listening, I would do that to your men, your men around, the men in your life, all the men you love, you care about. Ask them how they doing, man, because the world is just we all going through it. But as a man, it's like you got to take it on the chin,
yeah,
and we don't get that extra like, are you all right? You know what I'm saying?
right.
So.
We
So
just
yeah,
like
man, I'm good though, man.
they expect us to just just to like get it, just deal with it, and you know what I mean. Like I respect that, so I agree with that 100%. So
Yeah, man. But I'm good though, man. How about yourself? You good? You
oh
good
yeah,
before we
I'm
continue?
good. I'm maintaining. I try to keep my like not stay super busy with work because sometimes I feel like my creativeness can cause me to overwork myself sometimes because I sometimes, especially if I
Mm,
feel like I'm not creating enough, it can cause me to get to a point where I just forget to live. Sometimes I just live
mm,
because I'm too busy trying to create and not just embrace the moment of the now that you live in it. Like you're living it. You trying to get to. My problem was been trying to get to the destination so much instead of just understanding the process is the trophy. The process is the
right.
trophy. The process is
Fact.
really what it's all about. Like while you're doing what you're doing now, like when you hang up your jersey, everything you've done is gonna be up for like the highlights and everything. But right now, you're putting in your highlights right now. You're putting in your
Fact.
highlights right now. So I have to I've been learning this whole time for the past year since I talked to you. I've been learning how to just master like just dealing with that, not just trying to rush to the destination and appreciating the process of what I'm doing. So that's something I've been dealing with as far as mental
Yeah.
wise.
Yeah, it get hard, man. Especially when you trying to stay creative and you get so, locked in. It's kind of hard to live, and that's really how when I was saying I do my mental exercise. That's where I'm at with it now. It's more about living. Like I had advice through the code. You know, just trying to get back to normal and pick up the pace. I don't ever return to the fact that what it showed me that, man, littlest things we just like we did forget, and I think that's what kind of put me in. You know what I'm saying?
Um,
Since then, still
it's tough.
do
I don't know if your font sound is echoing a little bit. It's like it's echoing a little bit.
echo. Okay, how it sound now?
Oh, you good? You good?
Change up? Okay, cool. Yeah, but like I said, man, I just been, COVID kind of helped me put things into perspective and realize, yo, you moving and grooving, but you still gotta slow down, live your life, enjoy it, breathe, live in the now. Don't necessarily worry about trying to like continually put this content out to kind of, I guess, just to stay in the mix more so than and then lose a bit of yourself.
Mm.
Just live your life more so, and then do what you do as well. Like now, I didn't put in enough work to where I traveled enough to where, hey, the message is out there. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm doing, but I'm not going to let my grind, how I started and my grind now is totally different. You know what I'm saying? I realized I could do other things to kind of stay in that, and create space.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. And I got a question. I wanted to ask you on piggying backing off of that. As far as like you saying you travel the world. Um, what is like what is one of the probably the main issues you see in the black community of like since you like as far as your perspective of you because you've been traveling around getting your own perspective of the issues in the black America and stuff like that. So my thing is from your perspective, what is like the main couple problems that you think we have that we really should be focusing on, like trying to fix within our community that you've been kind of seeing like everywhere you go, you kind of see like more of that. Like if you had a graph, a bar graph, you would see more of you you'll see more of that.
Okay.
Like so, can you give us an example?
I would say, honestly, from just my travels and dealing with so many different markets, so many different black business owners, so many different customers of black businesses from all over, I would say that when I look at everything that's out on the table, we actually have every tool necessary, right?
Hmm.
The only thing that we haven't realized is that we have to kind of like we have to be there for each other. So I was looking online. I can't think of the brother's name, but he drew a graph. He had a white piece of paper. He put a whole bunch of dots on the paper, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, "This represents all of the black people in the diaspora, whatever you want to call it, in America, whatever you want to call it, right?" Then he put up another piece of paper that had all of those dots on the paper, but they was connected, and it kind of formed a web.
Hmm.
And he was like, "This is what black people where we need to be trying to get to, though, and we need to understand." So basically, it's just we have everything we need. It's just we have all of these little things that divide us, and we get caught up on those things, those arguments. We focus more on our differences of opinion than the bigger picture, which is, hey, we haven't really, I guess, understood that we can disagree and still work together toward a common goal. And I don't really think that we are missing anything. It's just we just haven't realized that we need each other to be better. You see what I'm saying? Is you're gonna peak out doing everything by yourself. But when you have built a network and you have a network of things around you, if one little thing goes wrong with you, like say you can't move how you was moving or something, you got these other situations or networks to fall back on. You see what I'm saying? So I think the only issue that across the board is that we just haven't realized that we are a web, we are a network.
Hmm.
If it's like we get caught up on the little things like apples and oranges. No,
Yeah.
that's an apple, that's an orange. No, they all fruit. And we all, what I'm saying? Like they all we it's the same family. We
Yeah.
gotta look out for each other. Of course, the orange has a different mindset than the apple, but hey, at the same time, we're all fruit, so we gotta look out for the fruit. You know what I'm saying? We gotta look out for all each other, and I think that's just really the only issue that I see across the board. Because even when you get online, you see it all the time. I mean,
Yeah. You see the ignorance.
uh,
See the
ah,
ignorance.
man, you have all kind of like the comment section now is like the new lynch mob. It's like
Ooh.
the new, you know what I'm saying? Like you go in the comment section under a post and they just cooking people left and right. You got people that just get on there just to crack their joke or just to,
Yeah.
make somebody else feel a certain way. And it's like, and it's sickening in a way, but it's like wow, that's really why we ain't going nowhere. We too busy. We arguing about minuscule things that really we can be like, hey man, you could. I don't. I'm a Republican. You a Democrat. We could just
Yeah,
disagree on things, right? But when we go into that room and draw up them deals together, if it don't sound like it's gonna benefit my people, regardless if I'm Republican or Democrat, this ain't gonna
yeah,
benefit black people.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
we gotta understand, hey, we gotta have a black agenda that's always trumping everything. No matter what we disagree on, the black agenda gonna remain. So
I think that's the main problem. I think we the only race and community that kind of get looked at bad once we start talking like that. Like once we start talking like we need our own banks, we need our own hospitals, we need once we actually start shifting towards that, it's like a guilt energy gets thrown on us. Like it's like this guilt energy we start. It's like,
Mhm.
and then we stop talking about it, and then everybody start going back and say their own thing. It's like sometimes because it's sometimes I feel like it's moments in life where we have the moments where we have enough energy to just come together right in there, like it started
Mhm.
to change, but it just seemed like you said, it's just sometimes it's the little things that just keeps us divided. Like it will never connect us if we don't knock out these certain barriers that's within our community. That's like these PowerPoints, these negative PowerPoints
Mhm.
within our community that's just draining us. That every time we try to get life and form life, is like it's just taking us and keeping us in the same spot. So I definitely agree with that. I wanted to say pretty much back to the point where when it was going to the mindset thing where you was talking about what I was when I asked you what did you see in the country and stuff. What I got from what you were saying is pretty much the mindset. Like people's mindset needs to change. Like it's like a people
Definitely.
need to think different. Like if that's like one of the most important things out of everything. Like if everybody we can change the mind because it starts with the mind. It starts with the thoughts. So
Yep.
if we could change the mind, the way people think, actually thinking that on an everyday life basis, I think that'll go a long way too. I think we'll see a lot. So, um, what
Definitely.
what is something like you plan to do as far as like that you probably haven't done yet that you probably been wanting to do as far as when it comes to helping the black community?
Oh man, it's a lot. The first thing I've been actually planning on doing that I'm is in the makes is my own podcast
I'm
because
waiting for that one. I'm waiting for that.
I want to give these businesses and these entrepreneurs another, like give the listeners another look at them and then give them an opportunity to get more intimate and more detailed. You know what I'm saying? We want to dig into how, why, some of the things that could possibly help either motivate somebody or benefit somebody in a way that was probably thinking of a certain business venture or thinking of trying to get into a new industry. So we want to bring these business owners onto the platform so they can really get, we can really dig into their thought process, and they can share some jewels that they can't necessarily give while I'm in passing shopping with them. You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna reach back out to everybody and bring them on the podcast. So that's something I've been having in the works and I've been planning on. I got the logo, I got this, I got that. But it's now we've been looking for a space for a minute in St. Louis right now. We haven't had the space, you know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
I really want to do like a podcast studio setup, you know what I'm saying? Where I
Yeah.
bring
Yeah.
these guests to me. So
Yes.
that's kind of like where I'm hung up at. I do kind of like how you doing it right here as well. I mean,
Okay.
but I
Hey,
honestly haven't been motivated to just take that extra leap out there, man, because I got other things going on in my life for us, my working and stuff like that. But I didn't mean to cut you off. Was you about to say something, bro?
no, I was gonna say, I'm in the, because I do music and other type of stuff. So the podcast world is like another form of art to me. This is the art form to me. This is
Mm,
another form of way for me to express myself without having to talk all the time. So sometimes, so this I take podcasting as like, okay, I do music, so I'm used to lyrics and writing songs and people just listening to me. But I took podcasts as like in the future, I'm going, like you said, with the studio and all that. Those are my plans and everything like that. Like I have big plans, but God has been working on my mind and teaching me how to, been humbling me and teaching me how to just take what I got, use what I have until I get to what I want. like literally,
Oh yeah.
because sometimes like I we try to be bougie and trying to wait. I'll put stuff to the side like, no, I don't got
Oh
this,
yeah.
I don't do this, and sometimes it's like what I realize is it's some people that need to hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Hear
That's a
you.
fact. That's a
Like
fact.
sometimes you might have you probably putting off like me. This is how I used to think. Like you sitting here, keep putting it to the side, and it's people that you never know that you help, and they need to hear from you, even if it's just you to pop up and just give them some inspiration. Like, hey man, get through your
That's
day.
facts.
Some people
That's
need that
facts.
too. So I just like if
Facts.
you see it, you see it. I can tell you a visionary. If you see it, it's gonna come to life. You already got it
Oh yeah.
in the play. So
Definitely.
I'm wait.
Sure.
I can't wait till you get it up and running so I can like be tuning in because I'm gonna be watching it. I like podcast type of stuff, so I'm definitely gonna be tuning in,
Gotcha.
sharing it and watching it and all that. But
Yeah.
so
Yeah, man. But let me. I don't want to cut you off again, but I don't want to lose this thought. But what you just said about you used to think like you had to have all this stuff a certain way before you do it. I will admit though, I am procrastinating right now because that's exactly how we started the challenge. I wanted things a certain way, but then I had to hear from somebody else, yo, get out and do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at now, but it also has something to do with my time. But you know, I've been procrastinating to be honest, you know
no,
what
it's
I'm saying?
like you said, it's
But
your time. You said you want to
yeah,
start a podcast, so it's not like as long as it's in your mind and you planted that seed, because you already planted the seed, like in the thought that it's gonna happen. So it's gonna happen already. You just like
right.
you said, you haven't really just you working on other things. You like when you're a busy man. I can tell you're a busy man. You just thinking. You got a lot of stuff. You thinking for people. You helping people. You doing other type of stuff. You rearranging, challenge, traveling, and all that type of stuff. So like I do a lot of type of stuff. Dealing with different artists, managing, doing type of stuff. I'm studying businesses, type reading books. I do. So it's not like I don't just rap all the time. So it's like I've missed things. I put stuff to the side that I may want to get to, and I just have to just push through and get to it. So it's nothing wrong with that. I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with that.
God.
But I wanted to kind of I know it's kind of like not really old, but I want to get your perspective on this particular topic, and it's the situation with Kyrie Irving when he was going
Mm.
through the situation with with the Jewish people and the anti-Semitic situation and all that. So, how did you feel about that whole play? How that played out, like with Shaq and Charles Barkley giving their
Oh
take
man,
on that too? Like, I want to hear from you because this is a
man,
black.
look,
I feel like how you
right.
feel about that situation.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't really watch a lot of TV. I don't really tune into a lot of things that's just
Okay,
not on my algorithm.
okay,
And I don't watch sports these days. But I did somebody like people send stuff or I see stuff that my peoples post. And I saw what, Barkley and all them said. And I actually did a post about that because first off, I mean, everybody that knows a little knowledge, they know that we cannot be anti-Semitic. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, and then what he said wasn't necessarily that. It was the fact that he shared a movie that's on a platform, of movies, and all kind of stuff. And the, you know, my main thing is what I don't like because no matter what we do and say, people gonna have something to say about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I get people that come to my page all the time and tell me I hate white people or I'm racist or, like why do you have to call it the Black Wall Street Challenge? Why can't it? What if you know? Matter of fact, a white person
no,
asked
I
me
don't
this
mean to
before.
laugh, but that's it.
I'm gonna just tell you how they think. This let me
Oh
get.
man, let's see.
I was I was out somewhere. Me and my girl was out, and we both had on our Black Wall Street Challenge tees and this couple, this white couple, they was from somewhere out of town. I don't know, somewhere in just somewhere in a more rural area. And he asked me, he was like, so he said, this is gonna be a dumb question. I said, but what is Black Wall Street Challenge or what it Black Dollars Matter or something? And I said, if you have to ask that kind of question, you know what I'm saying, then it's not dumb, but you know what I'm saying, it's definitely not smart. But I was like, you could just Google it. So, he Googled it and I guess because we was on like a tour. So we was
Yeah.
around this group of people,
Yeah.
and we was like the only black couple there. So I guess it started stirring up the people, and I, I handled it. I think I handled it the best way I knew how. But I just say, man, no matter what we do, they gonna say we doing something that they don't agree with. I just felt when Kyrie did it, I was more upset with the way they was ganging up on people. Like even with Ye, like I don't agree with a lot of things that come out of most people's mouth. First off, you know what I'm saying? We just not gonna agree on everything. But when everybody start ganging up on them too, I ain't really like it because I'm just always the kind of person that comes to the aid of somebody. I don't like bullies. I just don't like when because and he did nothing illegal. He did
Yeah.
nothing wrong. So I didn't really have a problem with it. Like, oh, even let's even back when he was saying a lot of things, say it didn't bother because I really get triggered by people when it comes. You know what I'm saying? It's just you touch space is different. The right to be racist. I got that as well. But when I don't, if I voice it, just don't get in your body about it because I'm not
Yeah.
gonna get in my body about how you feel. As long as you don't touch me or disrespect my family or my children, I really like scheme. So I actually would rather in the world everybody there on a because then it'd be like, yeah, I need to be over there with them kids.
Kind of blanking out. Like, maybe just bring it back in.
Okay, all right.
Everything you good?
Yeah, my phone just rang. It's cool, but
Okay.
that was my thing, man. I just, somebody said something out of line to me before with my shirt on, and I just kind of went a different direction. I didn't want to say what I really said because, I don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
get
yeah, yeah,
canceled
yeah,
myself.
yeah.
As I
So
was telling that story, I took a sharp turn. I don't know if y'all caught that, but I was like, oh, wait a minute, I don't want to share that. But
nah, it's good.
I basically told dude, hey, look, don't worry about what another man got on this shirt, bro. You know,
Yeah,
that's how I put it. Like, hey,
right,
I ain't into that. You see, I'm
right,
with my
right, right.
lady. Hey,
Yeah,
first and foremost, I'm not worried about what you wear. If you had on a KKK shirt, I wouldn't care. It
he,
just
he really,
that,
he really worried about this. That's what he worried about.
yeah,
What he worried about is
man.
yeah,
I
he ain't
get
gonna
I
come
get real.
technical difficulties, y'all. Forgive us.
The president of the NAACP St. Louis chapter just calling me.
Okay.
We got
Well,
some things going on out
we
there.
gonna no yeah yeah we ain't gonna keep you too much longer. I know you got some things going on. I got a couple more questions. Far as um, do you feel like people, the community we glorify and we highlight what these celebrities do a little bit too much, like to the point where it's like
Oh yeah, man.
we make them too important. We make them too important when it's people in the neighborhoods like you and other people, like even though Charleston White has a kind of flamboyant way of delivering his stuff, how he does it, but he has a little bit of truth to what he does. Like, but he has a funny way of how he does it. He has a real, just straight
Oh
blunt.
man.
Like he give it to you how it is. Like he don't hold no
He
punch. So, how, do you? It's people
hey,
like you and him. Like see people like see you though. Like you not like you ain't you ain't wild like he's wild though. Like he just don't care. Like
no, I ain't wilding out there.
you move with intelligence. You move like a real like you ain't out here moving wild. Like
Man,
you
I
move
ain't
with
doing
real
that.
like decency and class. You know what I'm saying? Like
Nah,
you're
bro, I ain't
real.
moving like that, bro.
Nah. But it's entertainment. It's
Appreciate that.
entertainment.
I
How
appreciate
you
that,
feel
bro. I
about
appreciate that.
yeah? How you feel about people like Charleston White and what he does? Like do you how do you feel about his type of movement? What he's doing? Because it's a movement. It's definitely a movement.
All right, rewind. Let me go back to what you said about the entertainer. Then we gonna address Charleston.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right, I've always had this saying from the jump. The only thing that we can expect from an entertainer is a show. And we're going to have to buy tickets to see the show.
Mm.
So outside of that, I don't really put any weight on what they say. Now, there are some that I do have a little bit of respect for because I may have met them. I may have chopped it up. You know what I'm saying? I know I got good friends of mine that are in the industry. So I'm not going to say that all of them are, you know what I'm saying? But I will say they do get to a point to where, they're everywhere. And then we kind of just treat them a different way. You know what I'm saying? Like they just regular people. But I mean, when you see them on all this shit, all the time, it kind of could, I guess, jade people's visions and make them feel a certain way. But me personally, I'm gonna treat a man or a woman like, with respect. That's what it is. I don't, I'm not about to elevate you because of whatever you got going on. You know what I'm saying? It's just,
Right.
it's even back to, just anybody. I'm just gonna treat you with respect. That's what it is. If you respect me, I'm gonna respect you. I'm not gonna get off into all that groupie stuff. But anyway,
Yeah.
and as far as Charleston White, man, it's funny that you bring that guy up because he been a topic of a lot of discussion. I'm not gonna say that I don't. First off, let me say this: Charleston White is like that uncle that we all got. That one that's gonna tell you, no matter what, you could be on some cool. You thinking this was popping right now? You call around your uncle, he gonna have some fucked up shit to say about you. He gonna say some greasy. You gonna be like, man. You gonna be like, man. I beat Uncle Charleston. Because he didn't say something that crushed your little thing you had going on. You thought you was doing something till Unc came over. But as far as I don't disagree with everything he says, because a lot of stuff he said I don't agree with. But I what I do not like about what he is doing. First off, we know why he's doing it. He's trying to eat. It's a character. But this character that he has created does have like repercussions that come with it from being it, because he's opposing the norm. He's opposing what everybody says is cool and and a lot of that is the youth. And I feel like that's where he's tripping, because my uncle back in St. Louis during Sankofa Seals has a youth center that he rebuilt in our neighborhood, our childhood neighborhood, right? It's called Sankofa Unity Center, and he teaches the youth all kind of life skills and things like that. And he's a certified street guy, and he would never, you know what I'm saying? It's the way he approaches the youth.
There's
That's
certain
where
things.
he's disconnected with me.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, you don't have to. It's his delivery sometimes I think gets misunderstood, but he's still our uncle. You know what I'm saying? We gotta love him. So,
Yeah.
but I feel like he
And
do
he's a
gotta
black
be careful though, because he gotta be careful though, because some of these youth they just they not trying to hear it that way. Like when you start talking about F people dead homies, that's I don't play around with this and the dead, man. Them people, I don't care what them people was known for. If they were some demons, leave them demons alone, because you start entertaining them demons, guess what? Them demons will beat you home. So I'm not playing with none of that type of stuff. I do feel like what some of the stuff he's saying is catchy right now and it makes sense. But I just feel like if you want to teach people and lead people, then do that in a different manner. If you just want to come on here and stir people up and piss people off thinking that's going to make them turn their life around in some kind of way by riling them up and yelling and screaming,
that's not
you're
gonna
going to
work
get what's coming to you on that.
Yeah, I feel
And
that.
that's that part about it. I'd be like, see, and like, cause he just did an interview where he upped on somebody, right? Now
DJ U.
see, this is where I'm like, okay, now see how you gonna talk about, trying to save these youth and trying to like stop the violence, and then you turn around and you with that. Now mind you, bro, I mean, come on now. I mean, that's just the simplest thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you trying to stop something, but at the same time, you didn't click back to that quick. And then it wasn't like I didn't feel like it was a situation that I saw that it warranted that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you went over the top with this. Like I didn't feel like dude was threatening him. I don't know what was happening beyond camera, but if you walked off camera to get your glamour, I'm assuming you had somebody there with it, with the hammer. So you know what I'm saying? I just didn't get that part. So I was like, is
Unnecessary.
dude just doing this for but I think that's what he does though, also because they said that he lied about getting shot that time in the strip club. So I'm like, I don't really at this point I think his message is diluted and he just trying to get the bag. He got a dude got a gold chain and say nana nana boo boo on the charm. I mean, you trying to taunt people, man. Look, I'm gonna tell
Yeah,
you right
yeah.
now, man, that maybe that was, what I'm saying, that's so far removed from my mindset, man. That's he gonna get whatever he got coming for him, just like everybody else. And I ain't trying to put it like like that, like because that don't got nothing
Now
to do with me. You know
you
what I'm saying?
gotta
I
you gotta
just feel like,
speak it. I feel like he says that. He says that himself when he say, I'm gotta whatever, I'm willing to die or go to jail, whatever. When he's saying that, that's basically him telling the world that he know at the end of the day when it all boils down, if somebody want to pop out and get him, somebody gonna pop out and get him. It just happens to anybody. It can happen to anybody. So it's like, it's he is not
man,
exempt. He's not exempt from that. Like that's you
I
know.
hope it don't. I hope it
Yeah, I
don't
don't
never
know
get
either.
to that because I do feel like some of the stuff he's saying is real, but I do feel like my thing is only thing I would tell him to do if I could talk to him, I'd just say do it from a place of love. Everything you're doing it from a place of love. If that's how you give tough love, then I respect it. But as long as you're doing something from a place of love, I feel like you're gonna get that back. You know what I'm saying? I think he could get away with saying, the good speaking points, but it's just when you start doing all that, fuck them, these people that drop,
Yeah,
that's where I'm like, are you doing this out of love, bro? Because are you know what I'm saying? Like you sound like
yeah,
one of the
yeah.
kids right now online. So,
I understand that
you know,
100%.
do it from a place of love.
I understand that 100%. 100%. Last question before we leave out. I was watching your interview on Smiles TV, right? You had an interview on Smiles TV,
Mm,
and
mm.
point in the interview I stopped it on. I wanted to play it. I'm gonna play it from this point, so you're gonna actually be able to hear it. We're both gonna be able to hear it, and I'm gonna stop it when I stop it. But I kind of want you to kind of reiterate what you kind of meant on this show, pretty much of what
Okay.
you would like to talk about here. So I'm about to play it from here right
And the
Okay.
only thing that matters well, not to me, but just the way the world is set up these days, everything is about money. People don't just wake up and feel like they want to be righteous. There are some situations like that, but when it comes to like collective thought and collective, the way people move, a lot of it is just it's motivated by what we can benefit, how we can benefit, and a lot of that stems from money. And I mean, money is a tool. It could be used against you. You can use it, to do things that can benefit you. So if we don't understand how our dollars work when they leave our pockets, then we're going to just be frivolously spending our money anywhere and everywhere and not really understanding that actually where you take your money actually affects jobs. It affects job creation. It affects opportunities for more businesses to grow. Those dollars that you spend outside of your community, they never come back.
now. Okay, I wanted to stop it there because that was the point we're at. So
Hmm.
the main point of that is that I wanted to really get to was the fact that you said when you're not knowing where you're spending your dollar at and how it like that point like where is that all that come from? Like where is all of this stemming from? Like where these thoughts of you and like what led you to start talking about that particular type of stuff on that show in that very moment? Like what led you to like talk about that? Because that's a great point. And I was before I was about to interview, I was really watching it. So when I had to stop it because I'm like, oh yeah, I really want to talk
Hmm.
to him about the point. Um, can you break it down to the people exactly what you meant from when I just started that to when I finished that, or exactly what you kind of were talking about?
Yeah. I could even simplify it even to this because I've grown. That thought has actually grown into something else. Now, I actually just made a post today, I think before we got on here on one of my platforms, where I said that if if they don't shop with us, we shouldn't shop with them. And that's basically the same thing. See, when we go out here and we go buy, we go see the Black Panther, or we go buy, some stuff that just is not a black business. When we go support these other businesses that are not black owned, our dollars are feeding like we don't even know where they're going. We don't even know the parent companies. We don't know if these are like if they started from slavery. We don't even know if they do anything that benefits people. We don't even know if like we know everybody had a Black Lives Matter banner when it was popping back during COVID. We haven't followed up with any of those businesses that said they were showing love to black businesses or showing love. We never followed up on any of that and seen if the boardroom looks different now. If now they
Yeah.
have more black execs, if they have done anything to really prove or stand on what they're saying. So like when I say that we spending our money frivolously with all these people and it's never coming back, it never comes back to us. We spending $2 trillion a year on things that really could be us investing those $2 trillion in a black business or into, you know, things that are going to be beneficial directly to us. Like I said, creating jobs, creating more opportunities for black businesses. Like, let me just break down this economic ecosystem that we're talking about here. When you shop with a black business, and then that business shops with another black business, and then that business shops with another black business, and then they all create more jobs because they're growing. They need more products. Their customer base is grown. So now they hire more people. So now these black businesses have an ecosystem where they all is shopping with each other as well, supporting each other, and then they're growing more opportunities. Tax dollars are being created in that area. So if that's right on your local community, that's going to make those dollars stay there. So those tax dollars are going to help things like the school, like the infrastructure. And then with that being said, with better schools, the first thing that's going to happen with better schools, the property value goes up. When you have all of these factors, you got this ecosystem that's just flourishing, creating jobs, creating more businesses, creating more opportunities. You know what I'm saying? That's sprouting other things. Like I said, the infrastructure, the school, the property value, all of those factors are proven factors that lower things like crime, that lower things like high unemployment. So I think what we don't understand is we don't really strategically spend our money. We don't strategically do, like we set the trends, but we don't necessarily uh like we don't set trends that are beneficial to us. We set we start trends that benefit other people. You see what I'm saying? So we might say, "Oh, this is what's popping right now," but when you look at the top of that pyramid of who's getting the most of that money, see, we just looking at the trend part. We just looking at the bottom level, like, "Oh yeah, this is what everybody doing, man. Everybody buying this." But then we not thinking like, "Well, damn, how many of them did we just put through college, or how many, what I'm saying, who's really
Yeah,
eating off
yeah,
of this, and what are they
yeah,
doing for us? Because we doing so much for them. We do free promotion all the time when we holding stuff up on, these man, my phone popping right now. I'm in Orlando right now.
Now you
And
good, but listen, we got we gotta, you know what I'm saying. I know because you in a
yeah.
busy mode. I appreciate you even coming on the show right now. So because I know you're busy right now. I want you
Now
to
we
finish
gonna
what
have to link up and do something else. Yeah, we're gonna have to put something together, man. But
it's
I
whatever,
just wanted
man.
to
Like,
jump on her because you invited me, bro. And
come
I
on,
definitely
man.
want to stay tapped in with you, bro, because you said a couple of jewels the first time you interviewed me, man, and that kind of stuck in my head. Your questions, you know what I'm saying? The questions you was asking, like even now, I'm like, man, you didn't blew me away with this because when you just played that little clip, I'm thinking like, damn, what did she ask me to make me say that? But you know what I'm saying? That was
And
hey,
I
it was
was
a
gonna
lot
play,
in there.
I was gonna play hers, but I'm like, nah, I kind of I want to
Oh
go
yeah,
off of that, so I left it right there, and I
oh
wanted to
yeah,
be like,
that's what's
I
up.
want to hear that, so I wanted because I don't know how long ago it was, and I promoted some other clips for people to see, but some of the stuff you
Appreciate it.
do, man, I'm really inspired by what you do, bro. Like since the first time I seen you when I got hip to what you was doing, and I believe it was when Averb. It was because I'm I used to watch a lot of battle rap, so Averb.
Oh,
I seen you with
Verb.
Averb, and I seen you. Y'all was talking about the Black Wall Street stuff, and I'm like, oh, shit. I was like, that's dope. Let me go check it out. And I went and did my own research on you, and then that's history was
That's what's
made.
up,
That's
bro.
what ever since then I've been tapped in with you, man. I haven't talked to you in a while,
I
but
appreciate it.
I'm glad when I seen you, man. I think we shared. I guess we've been knowing each other for a year. I guess on the
Yeah,
thing.
it showed. It showed the memory.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
like, and when I seen it, it was like, love. I'm like, oh, I ain't speak to my guy in a minute, man.
Yeah.
That's my guy right there, man.
Hey, I felt the same way, bro. Because you know what? Honestly, I've been trying to clean up my IG because I've been like just trying to get my social media stuff looking a certain way, and I normally I really don't be on, like, and then they got my algorithm messed up where a lot of people that I connected with when I first started don't even see my stuff no more. I don't see they stuff. I don't know how they got it, but anyway, I was like cleaning it up, and I was like, oh hell yeah! And it ain't like I forgot about you, but I did forget that we had did that little post, and I was like, that's why I reshared it because I was like, man, I'm gonna reshare it, and hopefully
Yeah,
he'll see it, and we can put something together where we could chop it
that's
up again because it
look.
was
As soon as you
cool.
did it, I hit you. As soon as you did
Yeah,
it, I'm like,
yeah,
yo,
I
what's
fuck
up?
with you. Yeah, that's
I
what's up.
know, man. I knew you get busy. I had to get that message in there before you got busy on me, man. But
Oh
look,
yeah,
man.
I'm out here right now with Verb. As a matter of fact,
Oh, word, man. Hey, man. Hopefully one day I can get bro on the show, man. Like one day I'm a. It's in the works, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to just work and just get everybody. But I am a
you
fan of Herb. He's definitely somebody that, like, far as I'm real big on the culture. I've been watching since Murder Mook and Party Artie since when
got
Smack was, you know what I'm saying? So I seen the rise of
that's what's up.
Herb, and when he battled Mook to when he battled Lux to now that
That's what's up.
he's done. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
he just battled Suge. What was that? Saturday. So
I
we
wanted to
came
get your
out here.
take on that before you left. I just wanted to see how you feel about it. I just
Honestly, bro, you know what? I ain't gonna even. I mean, to most people, they'll be like, "Oh man, that's Verb Peoples." But it's some battles where you know what I'm saying. I ain't necessarily think he straight had a clear win, but of course, you're gonna go with your people. But that Suge battle. Okay, let me rewind it. The Hollow the Don battle. Shout out to Hollow, man. Hollow the guy, man. That they did the one rounder just in Charlotte. We was in Charlotte. I think it was like a month or two ago. I always forget the names. If it's Civil War, if it's this, if it's that, is I don't know, Gnome, whatever. There's so many different names they got, but he did a one rounder with against Hollow the Don, and I feel like bro was in rare form right then, and I feel like that kind of he still coasting off that because I ain't gonna even say coasting. He's still on that right now because what he just did with Suge, I'm like, bro, that's what I'm talking about. You can't let up off of him. And I think now what he on now, bro, just got something to prove because he a vet, and it's
yeah,
all these youngsters coming in there, and then you get kind of he got to a point in his career where he was just kind of there. You know what I'm saying? I think he was doing his thing still, but he wasn't. I think he kind of was just maybe feeling like he could do that for certain people. But
yeah,
now he back to being this. Okay, you
yeah,
got to keep coming, bro. You can't. And then how they play with the crowd now, and it's all. But
yeah.
bro did his
Politics.
thing, bro. I was happy to be there. I was proud of him, man. I've been proud of him since he began because a little jewel about Verb, man. Like, dude is like he's sick with that. Like that's all he do all the time. Is stay in his head about things like that. But I watched him from the beginning, like even before all that, and I remember telling him back in the day, like, bro, because Verb is rare because a lot of the battle rappers they could do the battle rap, but they can't really make a song.
Oh no, no, no.
He know how to do both. He know
Verb
how
is
to make a
nice.
song. He
Verb
can
is
make a
no,
song.
no.
So exactly.
He's
So
nice.
he started out doing that. And I was telling them back then, man, years ago, like, bro, because they would always battle rap each other in the studio. Like they making songs, but they would be going at it. And I used to record it and shit. And I used to be like, bro, you need to be a battle rapper. But back then, I think his focus was on just this industry type of style. And then when he got that opportunity, he just ran with it. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of like put the other type of rap, not really on the back burner, but you know what I'm saying, to the side a little bit. But it's crazy watching him. Like when I think about that and I talk to him about that, I'd be like, bro, I told your ass hell ago you should have been battling, bro.
Yeah, man.
So
He
yeah,
was
man.
right.
But that's bro, man. Shout
Yeah,
out
he was
Verse.
right, man. But
Yeah.
well, I appreciate you, man, again for coming on the show. I appreciate you just even basically squeeze me in your schedule, man, just to come in and just chop it up. It's been a minute. I'm working on some things over here. I'm definitely tapped in with you. I've been paying attention. You know, anything that's going on with you, I'm gonna be tapped in. Anytime, I'm gonna bring you on the show again. We gotta lock in and do something like
Yeah, we're gonna put something together, bro. We're gonna put
yeah.
some
We got to,
stay
man. If I
connected.
gotta come to you or whatever, man,
Stay
like with
connected.
my equipment, whatever, like however you want to do it, man. Like however we
You
can
in New
set it.
York, right?
Yeah, I'm in New York right now.
Damn, we were supposed to be in New York. Matter of fact, when we went to Charlotte, we were supposed to be in New York that weekend. But I'm glad to know you in New York. I've never been to New York, bro. I've been doing this for so many years, and every time I get an invite to New York, something else happened. The first time we got invited to come out, we had some people in Harlem that was trying to pull us out there.
Okay.
I had ended up getting the same invite from Dr. Boyce Watkins and Dr. Claude Anderson, and I just couldn't let that go because they was like my idols. They still are. You know what I'm saying?
That's business. This business, man. I can't. That's what part of this, man. That's why I said I'm appreciative of you even just getting in here and making history with me. Because every time you come in here, you make history with me for my people that's watching me and what I'm doing, my struggles in my life, and they seeing me what I'm accomplishing and bringing people like you on my show. So you helping me every time you come on my show.
Appreciate that.
I appreciate
that, bro.
I appreciate you,
Yes,
God.
sir.
I'm gonna let you go. I know you've been
Peace.
busy. I appreciate you again. Everybody, I'm gonna leave his links and all his stuff at the bottom so you can follow him and get in tune with him, man. This is a powerful man right here, man. I appreciate you again. We're gonna have you up one more time, man, after this.
Man. All right. Peace, my brother. Y'all take it easy. All right.